got louder. Every year I got quieter. I watched it happen, like a man watching weather with interest. But without panic, let it rain, let it roar. Let every man with something to prove it to whoever is still keeping score. I stopped keeping score the year I realized the scoreboard was built by people who needed to believe they were winning. I walked away from the game, built my own field, played by my own rules in the dark, alone. And winning looks different from here. It looks like peace. A quiet man in a loud world is either broken or he's finished with a noise. They say, well, mine. Not because I couldn't compete, I competed, I bled in those arenas. I know what the inside of that particular exhaustion feels like. I lived because I won, and the winning felt like nothing, and the walk home in the silence afterward felt like everything. I am smoke and circumstance, and I am the pause. Before the answer, I am the weight inside the handshake, the thing you feel but cannot name. I don't need the world to see me, I just need the work to stand. A quiet man in a loud world, and the loudest thing about me is what I withhold. The bar is full of men explaining themselves. I watch them lean across tables, urgent, convincing, performing certainty for people who are only waiting for their turn to speak. I sip, I observe, I calculate, not coldly, carefully. There is a difference. Cold men push people away. Careful men understand them before they speak. I have understood more about people from watching them for 60 seconds than most men learn from hours of conversation. Silence is not distance, silence is proximity to truth. I have been alone in the most crowded rooms of my life, and I have been completely held in the specific silence of a late night with nothing but a glass and my own company. One of those made me smaller. One of those made me whole. I know which one I visited every night. I call it home. They say a quiet man has nothing to say. I say a quiet man has already said it to himself 3 times and found the answer and moved on before the loud man finished forming the question. That is the advantage. Nobody talks about the economy of silence, the efficiency of stillness, the particular intelligence of a man who processes everything and outputs only what matters. Circumstance, I am the pause. Before the answer, I am the weight inside the handshake, the thing you feel but cannot name. I don't need the world to see me, I just need the work to stand. A quiet man in a loud world. And the loudest thing about me is what I withhold. I'll leave before the last call, not because I'm finished, because I'm full. The night has given me everything it had for tonight. I button up, I step into the cold. The city doesn't notice, that is the only review I ever needed. Smoke and silence, let the night decide. Smoke and silence, the dark is mine. Smoke and silence, let the night decide. Smoke and silence, smoke and silence.
Quiet as a moment before. There is been changing. There is a man inside me that nobody created. Not my father, though I carry the shape of his hands and the way I hold things. I refuse to drop, not the pain, though I carry his tuition in every decision I made, without flinching. Not the years, though I carry their weight like a coat. I stopped noticing because it became my second skin. That man, the one nobody created, I built him alone in the dark from materials nobody else wanted. I wanna tell you what that costs. Not to complain, I don't complain, but because Somebody should say it plainly for the men sitting alone tonight, wondering if the weight they carry means something. It means everything. The weight is not the enemy, the weight is the work. The work is the answer. The answer was always inside the thing you were trying to put down. Pick it back up, carry it further. See what it builds when you stop asking it to be lighter. I am what the silence builds. Every year I worked without applause. Every night I held the line without a witness. Every morning I chose the hard thing over the available thing. It all became this. Not perfect, not painless, not finished, but mine, completely, irreducibly mine. Watch men reach the moment where the difficulty asked one more thing, just one more thing, and they decided they had already given enough. I understand that moment, I have stood in it. I know the exact temperature of that specific exhaustion, the way it speaks in the voice of reason, the way it makes surrender sound like wisdom. I've stood in that moment and chosen wrong before. I know what wrong builds. I know what it feels like to wake up 6 months later as a smaller man and have to begin again from a foundation you yourself reduced. I don't go back there, not anymore. The memory of it is enough. Strength is not the absence of fear. Every man who told you that was either lying or had never met a fear large enough to be honest about. Strength is the specific act of being afraid, fully, honestly, completely afraid, and moving anyway. Not because you're certain, not because you're ready, because you decided that the man waiting on the other side of the fear was worth the crossing. I have crossed every fear I ever named. Some of them broke me in the crossing. I arrived broken and rebuilt on the other side. The rebuilt version was always better. Always. I am not at the end. I want to be clear about that. This is not the summary of a life. This is the account of a man still in it, still choosing, still picking up what others put down, still believing that the quality of what you carry in private determines everything about what you become in public. I carry everything with both hands. I set nothing down that has my name on it. And when the night asks me what I am, I don't answer with words, I answer with the fact of still being here, which is the only answer that was ever worth giving. I am what the silence built. year I worked without applause. Every night I held the line without a witness. Every morning I chose the hard thing over the available thing. It all became this. Not perfect, not painless, not finished, but mine, completely irreducibly mine. I don't leave looking for what the night thinks of me. I stopped needing a nice opinion a long time ago. I leave the way a man leaves when he is taken everything that we had to offer and given back again. The voice of a man who almost missed his own light. I spent 3 years angry at a man who is now dead. I want you to sit with that. 3 years of a life. My life, the only one issue to me, spent carrying a weight that dissolved the morning. I got the call and realized that whatever he owed me died with him. I stood in my kitchen holding the phone, doing the math. 3 years and what I had to show for them was a version of myself I didn't recognize. Tight, small, cracked around a grievance, like a fist that forgot how to open. We do this. We spend the irreplaceable on the unworthy. We spend Tuesday furious and Monday. We spend this breath rehearsing arguments for conversations that will matter to no one, including us in 6 months. We spend the light, the actual light, the specific unrepeatable quality of light on this particular morning, looking at a screen, building in a case, winning an argument inside our own heads against someone who isn't listening and never was. And the light moves the way light always moves, without asking if you were watching. We are not promised tomorrow. We are barely promised now. Everything you're saving your real self for, the version of you that laughs without checking, that loves without calculating the risk, that sits in the evening and finds it enough. That version is not waiting for conditions to improve. He is waiting for you to decide that this, exactly this, is a life you agreed to show up for. I have stood at gravesides of men who are gonna travel when the work's settled, gonna rest when the debt cleared, gonna tell her when the moment was right, gonna forgive him when the anger cooled. The work never settled, the debt never cleared, the moment never arrived, the anger never cooled. And now they are in the ground, and the travel and the rest and the words and the forgiveness, all of it still waiting in a room that nobody will ever enter now. I left that graveside and drove home and walked in and said the thing I had been waiting to say. It wasn't perfect, it didn't need to be, it needed to be said while I was still capable of saying discover in the peace of a man who stopped trying to cover. You don't need more time. You need to stop treating the time you have like a rehearsal for the time you're planning to have later. When later is a promise the universe never made you. The body you're in right now, imperfect, tired, carrying more than it should. That is the body you give. The life around you right now, incomplete, complicated, full of people who disappoint you and need you and love you badly. That is the life you get. And it is if you would stop fighting it for 5 minutes. Extra and innocent. I am not preaching. I am a man who lost 3 years to a grievance and stood in his kitchen doing the math and didn't like what the math said. I am a man who watched other men weigh themselves into the ground and decided that whatever today is asking of me, however ordinary, however incomplete, however far from what I planned, I'm gonna be fully present for it, not performing presence, not documenting presence, actually here, actually in it, actually alive in the only moment that was ever real, which is this one, which has always been this one. We are not promised tomorrow. We are barely promised now. Everything you're saving your real self for, that version is not waiting for conditions to improve. To decide that exactly this is a lie you agreed to show up for. I don't leave in a hurry tonight. I leave slowly, deliberately. I look at the room before I go. The light, the glass, the particular way this hour holds itself. And I let it be beautiful. Not because it is perfect, because it is here. Because I am here. Because both of us, this moment and this man, are temporary. And there is nothing more worthy of full attention than something that will not come again. I walk out, the night receives me, and for once I receive it back. Now the voice of a man who just understood something that took decades to earn. It didn't arrive like I expected. No ceremony, no morning that felt different from the others. No mirror moment where I looked up and recognized the man looking back is finished. It arrived on a Tuesday while I was doing something ordinary, making coffee, watching the light move across the floor, thinking about nothing important, and something settled deep, final, like a foundation, finding bedrock after years of slow descent through softer ground. I stood very still and let it happen. I have spent years becoming, not performing, becoming, actually becoming, which is slower and less visible and involves far more Tuesday mornings than anyone who writes about transformation is willing to admit. It involves the same problems returning and handling them slightly better each time. So slightly you don't notice until you look back from a distance and see the line, the unmistakable line of a man who kept showing up to the same difficult room until the room was no longer difficult. That is the whole method. There is no other method. I was always this. The grief was always going to become the ground I stand on. The loss was always going to become the lesson I couldn't have paid for. The nights I thought were ending me were building me toward this specific Tuesday, toward this light on this floor, toward this stillness that finally feels like arriving instead of waiting. I watch young men hungry with urgency, desperate to arrive before they've learned what arriving actually requires, and I recognize them completely. I was that urgency, I wore it like armor over wounds. I hadn't aimed yet, I moved fast so nothing could catch me. Build walls at the speed of someone who doesn't yet know that the thing he's keeping out is the same thing he needs to let in. I don't tell them this, it can't be told, it can only be lived through the specific curriculum of a life that doesn't spare you from its hardest lessons, simply because you're not ready. You're never ready, you go anyway. That's a whole enrollment. Nobody says about becoming. It doesn't feel like triumph, it feels like relief. The quiet, private, almost embarrassing relief of a man who has been holding something heavy for so long. He forgot he was holding it and then sets it down and feels the full weight of it only in the setting down, and understands in that moment that he was stronger than he ever knew, because he carried it this far, because he is still here, because Tuesday is still arriving, and he is still in, present, awake, his. I wanna tell every man who is in the middle that the middle is not the end. The middle feels like the end. The middle was designed to feel like the end. The middle's entire argument is that you are already at the end. You are not at the end. You are at the part where the becoming is happening, at the cellular level. Below language, below feeling, a part of you that doesn't report back until the work is done. And then on a Tuesday. While you're making coffee, it reports back. And what it says is this: you made it, you were always gonna make it. The only variable was whether you'd stay long enough to find out you stayed. I was always this. The grief was always gonna become the ground I stand on. The loss was always gonna become the lesson I couldn't have paid for. The nights I thought were ending me were building me toward this specific Tuesday. The voice of a man who finally learned where to put his energy, where to let it die. I used to distribute myself equally, the same attention to the man who showed up as to the man who promised he would. The same energy to the room that received me as to the room that tolerated me. The same heart to the people who would bleed for me as to the people who would watch me bleed and find it mildly interesting. I called it fairness. It was not fairness. It was the inability to believe that I was worth more than what the least invested person in my life was willing to give. Then I learned the only mathematics that mattered, not equal distribution, concentration. Pour everything into what pours back. Double it, triple it. Be so present in the reciprocal that it becomes a standard. The proof, the living evidence of what you are capable of. When you stop wasting yourself on people who receive you like weather. Present, inconvenient, forgotten the moment the sun returned. The relationships that pour back, those deserve everything. The rest deserve your silence. I don't explain my exits. A man who explains why he's leaving is still asking for permission. I stopped asking permission to honor my own worth. I simply pour where it returns and where it doesn't. I set down the glass, I button my coat, I leave. No speech, no scene, no closing argument for people who were never really listening. I know them immediately. in the room. They are the ones who remember what you said 3 weeks ago, and that's how it went. They are the ones who show up without being asked, who give before the ledger, who don't keep a ledger. They are the ones whose presence adds something to the air, not because they perform, because they're actually there. For those I am limitless. For those I show up at any hour, in any weather, with everything I have. Because what comes back is worth what it costs. And a man who has found even 2 or 3 of those is wealthy in the only currency that matters. Deserves your explanation. In fact, most don't. The explanation is a gift. Access to your interior, the private architecture of your reasoning, the map of your values and gifts should be given to people who know what to do with them. The person who pushed you to the edge, the relationship that drained without returning, the situation that asks for everything and offer the possibility of something. They don't get the map, they get your absence clean, complete, without annotation. Because silence is not cruelty, silence is the response of a man who has decided that his words are worth more than this. I am a different man since I learned this, not cold or warm, or because the warmth that used to leak into rooms that absorbed it without feeling it now goes somewhere it is actually felt. And the feeling returns, amplified in the faces of the people who were always worth it. Who I was too dispersed to fully reach when I was busy pouring myself into the ground. I am not dispersed anymore. I am concentrated, poured completely into what pours back, and what pours back has changed my life. I don't explain my exit. A man who explains why he's leaving is still asking for permission. I stopped asking permission to honor my own word. I simply pour where it returns and where it doesn't. I set down the glass, I button my core, I leave. No speech, no scene, no closing argument for people who are never really listening. Tonight I leave, thinking only of the people who deserve what I have. Not the ones I try to convince, not the rooms I try to fit, not the versions of myself I compress to make others.
is a moment who finally understood what he was worth. There is a moment, and you will know it when it arrives, when you realize that everything you have already been given. Every version of yourself you laid on the table. Every hour, every patience, every compromise that cost you something real was received like furniture, through unremarkable, replaced without ceremony. The moment something newer appeared, that moment's not the end. That moment is the beginning of the most important decision a man can make. Whether to keep offering what is not being received, or to finally offer the one thing they didn't know they needed: your absence. I want to be precise about what absence means, because weak men confuse it with punishment. This is not punishment. Punishment requires the desire for them to suffer. I desire nothing for them. Not suffering, not regret, not the specific moment of realization that I used to rehearse in my head at 2 a.m. Nothing. Absence is not what you do to someone. Absence is what you do for yourself. The act of a man who looked honestly at what a room was costing him, weighed it against what it was returning, and chose his own worth over his own need to be chosen. If what I offered was not enough, I offer you my silence now. Not in anger, not in grief, in the quiet dignity of a man who finally knows his own pride and will not negotiate it down for the comfort of staying in a room that was always too small for what he carried. Watch men stay past the point of self-respect, repackaging themselves smaller, quieter, less, trying to fit the shape of what was wanted, losing the shape of what they were and calling it love. I've been that man. I know the particular erosion of it. The way you stop recognizing yourself, not in a sudden moment, but slowly, incrementally, one small surrender at a time, until the man in the mirror is a negotiated version of the original, cheaper, more convenient, and entirely unrecognizable to the boy who swore he would never make himself small for anyone. Leaving
was how I found him again. Hardest part is not to leave it. Long I've never waited to be rescued, not because help wasn't available, because I understood early that the man who waits for rescue shapes himself around the waiting, becomes a waiting. And I refuse to become a man defined by what hadn't arrived yet. So I went to work with what I had, which was never enough, which was always exactly enough. There is a version of strength nobody photographs. It doesn't look like lifting, it doesn't look like winning. It looks like a man at a kitchen table at 4 in the morning, staring at a problem that has no clean solution, and not leaving the table. Just staying, just thinking, just refusing to let the hour or the wait or the silence be the thing that makes the decision for him. I've been that man more times than I have language for. And every time, every single time, I found the answer not by being brilliant, but by refusing to stop looking. I was not born strong, I was made strong by everything that was certain. I would fold every door that closed, every hand not offered, every room that decided I was not the right shape for what it needed. I am grateful for all of it. It built me into something those rooms were never designed to hold. I have watched men break, not dramatically. That's not how it happens. It happens slowly in the small surrenders. Nobody notices the opinion swallowed to keep the peace, the boundary dissolved, to keep the room warm, the truth edited, to keep the version of yourself that other people find comfortable. Each one small, each one reasonable, each one a brick removed from the foundation. Until one morning, the man looks inward and finds an echo where a self used to be. I watch for that echo, I listen for it constantly. The moment I heard it, I went back to work. Nobody talks about the internal war, the one fought not against circumstance, but against the version of yourself that wants to quit, that makes reasonable arguments, that presents evidence, that knows exactly which words to use because it lives inside the same chest as everything you're trying to protect. The war has no witnesses, no medals, no record, just the result of man still standing who shouldn't be. And the private knowledge of exactly what it cost to remain upright. I carry that knowledge like a second spine. It holds me on the days the first one wants to bend. I am not special, that is the thing I need you to understand. I am not built differently or gifted differently or protected by anything you don't also have access to. I simply decided in a moment, nobody witnessed, that the man I was becoming through comfort was a man I didn't want to be. And the man I could become through difficulty, that man was worth every single thing the difficulty would cause. I paid it gladly, I would pay it again. That is the whole secret, there is no other secret. I was not born strong, I was made strong by everything that was certain I would fold. Every door that closed, every hand not offered, every room that decided I was not the right shape for what it needed. I am grateful for all of it. It built me into something those rooms were never designed to hold. I leave tonight as the same man who arrived, which is everything. There was a time when rooms changed me, when I walked in one person and compressed myself into whatever shape the space required. That man is gone. I walk in now at full size, I leave at full size. The room adjusts or it doesn't. Either way, I remain exactly what I am. From the breaking, still standing tall. Made from the breaking, I need it all. Made from the breaking, still standing tall. Made from the breaking, I needed it all. Made from the breaking. Nobody handed me this. Not the discipline, not the clarity, not the particular ability to sit with discomfort long enough for it to become information. I built all this in the specific hours between midnight and the first gray light, when the world has finally stopped asking things of you and you can hear yourself think, that is my hour, has always been my hour. I guard it like a room I built with my hands and no one else has a key to. I chose everything heavy. Every time the easy road appeared, I looked at it, I understood its appeal, and I chose the other one, not because because I know what easy builds. I've seen the men it builds. I've sat across from them in their comfortable rooms with their comfortable answers and watch them unable to look directly at a hard question without flinching. I don't flinch, that cost me everything, and I'd pay it again tomorrow. This is the architecture of a silent man, built from every weight he chose to carry, every night he chose to stay, every word he chose to swallow, every easy road he walked away from without looking back. This is what it looks like from the inside. Not empty, full, completely and quietly full. I notice things other men miss, the slight hesitation before the handshake, the way a man's eyes move when he's saying something true versus something practiced. The difference between a man carrying something real and a man performing the carrying. I learned to read these things from learning to read myself, from years of sitting in the hard chair of my own honesty, asking questions I didn't want answered and waiting until the truth arrived without flinching. Clarity is not a gift, it's an excavation. You dig through every comfortable lie you ever told yourself, every soft version of a hard truth, every story you built to protect yourself from the full weight of what you are and what you chose. And when you dug all the way down, when there's nothing left but the bare fact of yourself, you find something that surprises you. Not emptiness, not ruin, foundation, actual foundation, the kind nothing moves. I am the sum of every heavy thing I picked up when I could have left it. Every person I carried past my own exhaustion. Every promise I kept in private, when breaking it would have cost me nothing. Public, that is a real ledger. Not the visible one, the private one, the one only you will ever read. Mine is long, mine is honest, mine is something I can look at without looking away. That is enough, that is everything. This is the architecture of a silent man, built from every weight he chose to carry, every night he chose to stay, every word he chose to swallow, every easy road he walked away from without looking back. This is what it looks like from the inside. Not empty, full, completely and quietly full. Close the door quietly, not to be polite, because loud doors are for men who need to be noticed. Leaving, I've been noticed enough. I have the night, I have the work, I have the particular silence of a man who knows exactly what he's built and is already planning what comes next. Built in silence, carry the weight. Built in silence, the work remains. Built in silence, built in silence, the work remains. Built in silence, built in silence. I learned silence the hard way, through rooms where I spoke everything. And watched it mean nothing to the people who asked. After that I stopped answering questions that weren't really questions. I stopped explaining myself to people, using my words to build a cage they could keep me in. The day I went quiet was the day I became dangerous. Like death, the kind of man who walks into a room and changes the temperature without saying a word, who carries so much beneath the surface that even the silence around him has weight. I built that man in private, brick by brick, year by year, in rooms nobody witnessed, and mornings nobody applauded. The loudest thing I never said, built everything I have. The words I swallowed whole became the spine that held me straight. Every watch men perform their power like it needs an audience to be real. I watch them raise their voices when the room stops listening, confusing volume with authority. Power that needs a witness isn't power, it's a request. I stopped requesting, I started being. There is a difference. Most men spend their whole lives never finding. Changed. I stopped filling space with sound and started filling it with presence. The room felt it, people felt it. Even the ones who couldn't name what shifted, they felt it. That's the power, not the noise. The gravity, the specific weight of a man who knows exactly who he is and needs no one to confirm it. I carry everything quietly, away deep rivers. Carry everything with no turbulence at the surface. What's beneath is enormous. What's beneath is the whole story, but the surface just moves steady, deliberate, unbothered. That is the discipline, that is the practice, that is what 10 years of choosing silence over noise actually builds. Not emptiness. Everything, the loudest thing I never said. Build everything I have. The words I swallowed whole became the spine that held me straight. Every silence was a choice. Every choice was a stone. Every stone a wall. Every wall a man who finally came home to himself. I leave the way silence leaves without announcement. The room notices only after. That is exactly how I want it. Silence, let the power speak. Move in silence. The night is mine. Move in silence. The night is mine. the day they wrote me off, I was standing in the rain outside a building that had my future in it, and decided I wasn't worth the key. I stood there longer than I should have, not because I was waiting, because I wanted to remember exactly how dismissal feels. So that one day, when the room went quiet, every time they walked in, I would recognize the sound of what I outlasted. I memorized that feeling like a combination. Then I walked away and I went to work. I worked in the hours nobody witnesses before the city woke, after it surrendered. In the specific dark that exists between ambition and exhaustion, that corridor most men walk through once and never return to. I lived there, I furnished it, I made it mine, because the ones who count you out are almost always counting, because they've already run out of numbers for themselves. I don't need you to regret it, I don't need you to call, I don't need the satisfaction of watching you recall the name you used so carelessly in rooms I never knew. The best revenge I ever found was simply outgrowing you. From this distance, I can see the whole map. Every door that closed, every room that went quiet when I walked in, every hand that wasn't offered. I used to think the map was against me. Now I see the map was just the map. Neutral, indifferent, full of roads that only look like dead ends from the wrong elevation. I changed my elevation. The roads are still there, and where they go is nowhere near where any of them told me I was headed. Watching them hold their face together with both hands while you shake it with one. I have been gracious in it every single time, because grace costs them more than anger ever could. An angry man gives them a story, a gracious man gives them a mirror. I hand out mirrors now, the only weapon I kept. My father told me once, and the way fathers say things, they learned from wounds they never named, that the man who dismisses you is almost always dismissing something he recognized in you that he couldn't find in himself. I was too young to use it then. I am not too young now. I don't need you to regret it. I don't need you to call. I don't need the satisfaction of watching you recall the name you used so carelessly in rooms I never knew. The best revenge I ever found was simply outgrowing you. Every person who decided I was not worth keeping made more room in me for what was. And what was turned out to be more than enough to fill a life. I button my coat, I check nothing. There is nothing here I am afraid to leave. And somewhere in this city, the man who closed the doors are still inside them, still counting. And I am out here moving, building, unbothered by the cold, because a man who learned to work in the dark is never afraid of the night. A man looking at you at a long road without regret. I've arrived, not at a destination, at an understanding, the kind that doesn't come from getting what you wanted. It comes from sitting with everything you lost long enough to see what it was actually for. I lost things I thought were load-bearing walls. I watched them go and waited for the collapse. The collapse didn't come. What came instead was life, through gaps I didn't know I needed, in places I had been protecting from exactly the kind of air I turned out to be made of. I was not easy to love. I say that without apology, not because I am proud of it, but because pretending otherwise would dishonor every person who tried. I was a difficult country, mountainous in places, closed at the borders, but I was real. And in the end it turned out to be the rarest thing, a man so entirely himself that even his damage was authentic. I would choose every scar again, every door that closed. Every night I held the line against the dark, and one without a witness. I would choose the long road, the silent road, the road that asked everything and gave back only the man I was always supposed to be. The things that broke me look like teachers. I was rude to the people who left. Looked like doors that opened in the right direction. I just couldn't see it from inside the room. The nights I thought would finish me were the nights that actually started me. Every scar a coordinate, every silence a foundation. I didn't know I was lame until I was standing on it looking back. And it held, God, it held. I forgive myself, not easily, not all at once. I forgive myself for the years I spent being smaller than I was, because the room couldn't hold what I carried. I forgive myself for the love I gave badly, and for the love I withheld from people who could have handled it. I am seen now by the only set of eyes that was always gonna matter. If I could go back, I would not remove a single wound, because the wounds were not interruptions to the story, they were the story. Every man I might have been without them was a lighter man, a man who never learned the particular peace that only comes from surviving what you were certain would end you, and finding yourself still standing in the light of a morning you almost didn't stay for. I stayed, I always stayed. That was the whole answer, that was enough. I would choose every scar again, every door that closed. Every night I held the line against the dark, and one without a witness. I would choose the long road, the silent road, the road that asked everything and gave back only the man I was always supposed to be. Tonight I leave complete. The glass is empty, the way a glass should be used, fully used without waste. I put on my coat, I step outside. The night receives me, and for the first time in a long time I was sleeping. The canteen oasis, what survival sounds like when it stops being afraid of its own name. Together, the sound of a life that cost everything and was worth every single cent. The notes don't fade, the way endings fade. They become part of the silence, the way a man does when he finally belongs, when some incomplete. The collapse didn't need a name yet. in a room I was not invited to. They used my name like a door they had already closed. I know this because doors make a sound when they close on you, a particular silence that arrives where a future used to be. I didn't kick it down, I didn't stand outside it, rehearsing arguments. The men had already decided what I was. I turn around and I walk and I let the door be a door. Because some men waste the best years of their lives trying to open what was never meant for them. And some men build a different house entirely. I built the house. I don't need you to regret it. I don't need you to call. I don't need the satisfaction of watching you recall the name you so carelessly in rooms I never knew. The best revenge I ever found was simply outgrowing you. I have been underestimated by more talented men than you. Men who had every advantage and still confuse having the room with owning it. Advantage is a coat, it keeps you warm, it does not make you weatherproof. The storm came for all of them eventually. The way storms are democratic about who they visit. And I was still here on the other side of it, not untouched, not unbroken, just still here, which turned out to be enough to make them deeply uncomfortable. At dinner parties, they stopped inviting me 2 years ago. I don't need you to regret it. I don't need you to call. I don't need the satisfaction of watching you recall the name you used so carelessly in rooms I never knew. The best revenge I ever found was simply outgrowing you. From here, from this specific distance, I can see the whole map. Every door that closed, every room that went quiet when I walked in, every conversation that stopped being honest, moment it became convenient. I used to think the map was against me. Now I see the map was just the map. New are still there. I just walk them from a height where I can see where they actually go. There's a particular feeling that has no good name. The feeling of being in a room with someone who was certain you would fail and is now uncertain how to hold their face. I know that feeling well.
I've been chosen, and I've been left, and I have learned that neither one defines a chest. What defines the chest is what you do in the specific silence after the door closes, when the room still smells like someone who decided you were not enough. I didn't collapse. I want you to know that I sat with it. I gave it its full weight. I let it be exactly as heavy as it was. And then I stood, not because I was here, because standing was the only argument I had left. I am not looking for someone to complete me. And in that nothing I found everything a man like me was built to claim. My grandfather never left. That was his whole philosophy. No speeches about commitment, just presence. Like a wall that doesn't ask for your acknowledgement to remain standing. I watched him love the way deep water moves, invisible from the surface, undeniable beneath. I took that into me like a doctrine no church ever taught. that the highest form of love a man can offer is the kind that stays when staying costs him something real. I am not looking for someone to complete me. And in that nothing I found everything. A man like me was built to claim. I watched them perform for each other, the hunger dressed as confidence, the loneliness dressed as dependence, the need dressed in whatever is fashionable this season. I don't judge it, I've worn all of those coats. I just notice that the loudest person in any room is always auditioning for something, and the quietest has already got the part. I got the part a long time ago. I just don't tell anyone what the role is. There was a woman once, I won't romanticize it, who looked at me like I was a problem she had to decide whether to solve. I used to live inside that look. I used to build my mornings around the possibility of being solved. And one night I looked back directly with nothing to offer and nothing to prove. And I watched the look change, not to love, to something rarer, to recognition. She saw a man who didn't need her to tell him what he was. And I saw for the first time that the most attractive thing a man can be is simply complete. I have since loved the way I was taught, deep and without performance, without the need to be witness loving, without the gallery, without the applause of being seen as someone capable of depth. I know my depths, I have been to the bottom of it. I have sat there in the dark and found it habitable. That's the thing about going all the way down. You stop being afraid of the falling, because you know you've already survived the floor. I am not looking for someone to complete me. I was finished long before they came. I am not looking for someone to receive me.